Hello guys, welcome to Droid Crunch. I'm Rakesh Kapoor, and in this video we're going to see how we can create a website that allows you to extract the YouTube thumbnail from the URL of the video. So we have created something like that. So let us quickly see in action how it works. So I have this video URL here. I'll paste it right there and click on the send button, and you can see the result. Yeah, boom, we got the YouTube thumbnail. We can try it again, and you can do it as many times as you want. There's no load on the server or anything, okay, because the URL that we are using is an external URL. Right now, let us quickly look at this option as well, which allows you to extract the YouTube video ID. Okay, so paste any URL, click on anywhere, you will get the video URL, sorry, video ID, right? And you can paste any URL, right? That is u2.be, and we also have time parameter here along with the video ID. Okay, so when we click on anywhere, we get the YouTube ID, right? So this is to get the YouTube ID, but that is different. We will talk about this as well, but let's quickly look at this option that allows us to extract the YouTube thumbnail. Perfect. So let us quickly look at, jump to my setup. Here I am using this on my website. Okay, this is basically a Elementor cloud website. Okay, if you don't know about how to set up a cloud website, you can check out my video about cloud website in YouTube description or probably on the I button, right? And before we jump, let me quickly show you the settings. Some of them I have filtered the functions that I will be using. So if something doesn't work, you can go back to settings and check if they are filtered, sorry, whitelisted. Okay, so these filters or whatever the filters we will be using should be whitelisted. Perfect. Now let us quickly get back and create our layout first, and we will need two sections, and I will need padding top and bottom. So I have a class of pb60. okay, so I will use it, that is padding both 60. I have added it in our custom CSS. Perfect. Now I need a form widget. I have already favorited that. Perfect. I will need only two fields, sorry, one field that will hold the YouTube video URL. Okay, so label can be enter your YouTube video URL. Perfect. And here we can place a demo URL like this. Perfect. And here we can set some spacing, and now we need an action that will allow us to redirect to the same page. Okay, so we're gonna use a redirect action, and then we'll use a token, and for the form field I will change it to probably video URL, or probably just URL, because it is holding the YouTube URL. I will copy it and go to redirect action. In the token I will say post permalink. Okay, I will close it. I will start a query string, and here will my parameter video URL equals to this field URL. I will use URL in quote, that's it is filter. Perfect. Now it's done for our redirection, and here I will use the image widget. Okay, for the image we need to use a token, and the token is this one. Basically we will retrieve the parameter value that would be the video URL, right? And we will extract a YouTube ID from that URL by subtracting the 32 left strings values. Like we will be removing this part. Okay, these are 32 characters, right? So we will be removing all of these characters. So basically it allows only this kind of a URL. If we use this URL, it will not work, because these are not 32, right? So it will only work if we are getting this URL. So for now, let's quickly use this one. Our parameter is video URL, so we can simply use the entire token and paste it right here. Perfect. And make sure that you use return as data because it is a media controller. Okay, it's done. Now let's update it, and let's check if it works for us. I will use this URL and paste it right there. Click on the send button, and yeah, we got the YouTube video URL, sorry, featured image. Okay, so how you can hide it when we first load the page? So we just need to go to visibility, set the visibility to show, go to context trigger. Your parameter name was, what was it? Video URL, right? So paste it right here, request the parameter, and show it when parameters not set, okay, or empty. Okay, and when it is valued, show it when this parameter is valued, right? And update it. That's as simple as that. And you can also use a button that allows you to go back to this URL, right? So you can say token post permalink. Okay, now you can go back with this button. Okay, or you can say try again, update it and reload it. Perfect. Now let us use it. Send, and boom, the magic. We have no form here but just the second section. Okay, now if we try again, we don't have image section, we have only form section. Okay, this is how it works. Now what if we want to use some other URL? Okay, we don't want to use URL like this, it can be a short URL, right? So for that purpose we will need a second form, like different setup. Okay, so for that we will need to use regex first. Okay, that will allow us to use only the URLs that we want. Go to dynamic.ooo, make sure your regex field extension is enabled in the dynamic.ooo features, and paste it right there. So what it does, it only allows you to use YouTube URLs. Okay, for example, let me show you. So this is the URL, right? But if we use this one and I send, it will say please match the format requested. Perfect. So this will restrict other URLs, right? Now how we can retrieve the ID from it, that's the second question, right? So for that purpose we will need to use a script, and here I have this script. Okay, I will copy it from here and paste this in HTML widget below the form. Okay, I'll paste it right here. Here is the JQuery CDN link script, and then here's my main script. Perfect. And it is nothing but I will just selecting my form field, the ID of which is vid URL. So I can give it an ID vid URL. Okay, you can see I have this vid URL. It's just vid URL without underscore. Okay, I gave it to this one, ID vid URL, like this. So it will select form field vid URL and when you change it, it will create a variable with null, and it will append that variable with the match of this one. Okay, so it will basically remove the text that you don't want, and it will extract basically the ID only that is inside your YouTube video URL, right? So let us test this first. Okay, let's update this and check it here. Let's use it. It is not working. Okay, we basically need to only select the form input field. Okay, so for that just use vidurl here and not advanced, and when you do that your script would work fine. Okay, so vidurl should also be here, and so that can select the form field, right? And we are done, update it, and let us reload it and paste this code URL here, and when you click anywhere it will be like this. Perfect. And would also accept this kind of a URL, right? And it's like this. Fine. Now you can see that we already have this video ID, okay, that we wanted. So when we redirect, we can simply say take this ID, okay, in the parameter redirect, and we are already doing that, but we just need to change it. Okay, just take this ID in the parameter, we are saying it, and in the image so basically we can duplicate it, and in the second one we can change the background, right? And we can say the system get video URL is not this one. Now first let us copy it here, and let's copy this token here. Okay, so this was our previous token, this one. Okay, we were removing the characters, but now we don't need to remove the characters, but we just need to use the parameter, the right parameter. Okay, so this time we have the parameter of what, here we just redirecting it, the parameter is video URL. Let's copy this, it's already video URL, right? So this should work, right? We don't need to use any filter now, and we can just go back to the image token, paste it right there. Fine, let us update this, and it should reload. Now just go to any YouTube video, and we can copy this link and we can paste it right there. Okay, and we can send it. Okay, it's because of regex it is not working, so for the moment we can get rid of the regex. Okay, because apart from the regex we are also using a script that is changing the URL. Okay, so that regex you can use here but not here. Perfect. So we can quickly go to here and go to dynamic settings and remove this regex for the moment. Let's save it again and reload this page again, and let us paste the URL that we copied from here and just send it. Okay, and now you can see we got the thumbnail. Okay, so that was even more easy. Like you can paste any kind of URL instead of that specific kind of a URL. Here you can use any kind of URL. Perfect. Now if you want to generate like images in different resolutions, allow users to get images in high res and low res, then what you can do, you can just come over here, you can create more sections. Okay, probably you can duplicate this section, and here when it says max res default, let's get to here, we can say 1, 0, 2 or 3. okay, so I have used 1, and let me reload this page. Okay, now we can use the URL, let's paste it, and now you can see it is very low URL. okay, so that's how you can do that. You can think of more possibilities probably and get the results that you want. So if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed it yet, and if you are a new user, don't miss to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you can watch more videos that are coming up next week. So stay subscribed and stay happy and keep watching. Thank you so much, and bye bye.